Welcome to Part History. Our today's topic is Vijayanagara Empire in the eyes of foreign travelers. Accounts of the foreign travelers are very important sources for the history of Vijayanagara Empire. Even Vatuta left an account of first Harihara's reign in his book Rehla. Niccolo de Conti, an Italian merchant, scholar and a traveler, and Abdur Razzaq, a Persian scholar, visited the Vijayanagara kingdom at the time of Devaraya II. Athanasius Nikitin was a first Russian traveler and merchant who visited India. Ludvigo de Varthema was Italian merchant and traveler who visited India and left his memoirs. Duarte Barbosa and Domingo Paes, two Portuguese merchant, writer and explorer, visited India and gave most detailed accounts of all historic descriptions of the city Hampi, which was governed by Vijayanagara Empire under Krishnadevaraya. Fernão Nuniz, Portuguese traveler, chronicler and horse trader, visited India during the reign of Achyutaraya. He spent 3 years in Vijayanagara. According to the description by the foreign travelers, the rulers of the Vijayanagara Empire maintained the well-functioning administrative methods developed by their predecessors to govern their territories and made changes only where necessary. The empire was divided into 5 main provinces or Rajya, each under a commander or Dandanayaka or Dandanatha, and headed by a governor, often from the royal family. A Rajya was divided into regions or Vishayavante or Kottam, and further divided into counties or Simme or Nadu, themselves subdivided into municipalities or Kampana or Sthala. Hereditary families ruled their respective territories and paid tribute to the empire, while some areas came under the direct supervision of a commander. Niccolo de Conti wrote that in the battlefield the king's commanders led the troops. King Krishnadevaraya's personal army consisted of 1 lakh infantry, 20,000 cavalrymen, and over 900 elephants. This number was only a part of the army, numbering over 1.1 million soldiers, a figure that varied as an army of 2 million has also been recorded, along with the existence of a navy, as evidenced by the use of the term Navigara Prabhu or Commander of the Navy. The horses and elephants were fully armored, and the elephants had knives fastened to their tusks to do maximum damage in battle. The capital city was completely dependent on the water supply systems constructed to channel and store water, ensuring a consistent supply throughout the year. Contemporary records and notes of foreign travelers describe how huge tanks were constructed by laborers. The only structures resembling public waterworks are the remains of large water tanks that collected the seasonal monsoon water and then dried up in summer except for the few fed by springs. In the fertile agricultural areas near the Tungabhadra river, canals were dug to guide the river water into irrigation tanks. The economy of the empire was largely dependent on agriculture. Domingos Paes states that sorghum or jowar, cotton and pulse legumes grew in semi-arid regions, while sugarcane, rice, and wheat thrived in rainy areas. Betel leaves, areca for chewing, and coconut were the principal cash crops, and large-scale cotton production supplied the weaving centers of the empire's vibrant textile industry. Spices such as turmeric, pepper, cardamom, and ginger grew in the remote Malnad Hill region and were transported to the city for trade. Tax policies encouraging needed produce made distinctions between land uses to determine tax levies. Salt production and the manufacture of salt pans were controlled by similar means. The making of ghee or clarified butter, which was sold as oil for human consumption and as a fuel for lighting lamps, was profitable. Exports to China intensified and included cotton, spices, jewels, semi-precious stones, ivory, rhino horn, ebony, amber, coral, and aromatic products such as perfumes. Large vessels from China made frequent visits, some captained by the Chinese Admiral Zheng He, and brought Chinese products to the empire's 300 ports, large and small, on the Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal. The ports of Mangalore, Honavar, Vatkal, Barkur, Cochin, Kannanur, Mochilipatnam, and Dharmadam were the most important. When merchant ships docked, the merchandise was taken into official custody and taxes levied on all items sold. Abdur Razzaq states that the security of the merchandise was guaranteed by the administration officials. Traders of many nationalities like Arabs, Persians, Khuzarates, Khurasanis settled in Calicut, drawn by the thriving trade business. Ships sailed to the Red Sea ports of Aden and Makkah with Vijayanagara goods sold as far away as Venice. The empire's principal exports were pepper, ginger, cinnamon, cardamom, myrobalan, tamarind timber, anaphastula, precious and semi-precious stones, pearls, musk, ambergris, rhubarb, alloy, cotton cloth, and porcelain. Cotton yarn was shipped to Burma and indigo to Persia. Cheap imports from Palestine were copper, quicksilver or mercury, vermilion, coral, saffron, colored velvets, rosewater, knives, color camlets, gold and silver. Persian horses were imported to Kannanur before a 2-week land trip to the capital. Silk arrived from China and sugar from Bengal. East Coast trade hummed with goods arriving from Golconda, where rice, millet, pulses, and tobacco were grown on a large scale. Dye crops of indigo and che root were produced for the weaving industry. A mineral-rich region, Machilipatnam was the gateway for high-quality iron and steel exports. Diamond mining was active in the Kollur region. The cotton weaving industry produced 2 types of cottons, plain calico and muslin, brown, bleached or dyed. Clothes printed with colored patterns, crafted by native techniques, were exported to Java and the Far East. Golconda specialized in plain cotton and Pulicat in printed. The main imports on the east coast were non-ferrous metals, camphor, porcelain, silk, and luxury goods. The Vijayanagara kings were tolerant of all religions and sects, as writings by foreign visitors show. The kings used titles such as Go Brahmana Pratipalanacharya, literally protector of cows and Brahmins, and Hindu Rayasuratrana, literally upholder of Hindu faith, that testified to their intention of protecting Hinduism and yet were at the same time staunchly Islamicate in their court ceremonials and dress, as Philip Wagner points out in his 1996 article Sultan Among Hindu Kings, published in the Journal of Asian Studies. The empire's founders, Harihara I and Bukkaraya I, were devout Shaivas, worshippers of Shiva, but made grants to the Vaishnava order of Sringeri with Vidyaranya as their patron saint, and designated Baraho, the boar and avatar of Vishnu, as their emblem. Over 1/4 of the archaeological dig found an Islamic quarter not far from the royal quarter. Nobles from Central Asia's Timurid kingdoms also came to Vijayanagara. The latter Saluva and Tuluva kings were Vaishnava by faith but worshipped at the feet of Lord Virupaksha or Shiva at Hampi, as well as Lord Venkateshwara or Vishnu at Tirupati. A Sanskrit work, Jambavati Kalyanam, by King Krishnadevaraya, called Lord Virupaksha Karnata Rajya Rakshamani, protective jewel of Karnat Empire. The kings patronized the saints of Dvaita order or philosophy of dualism of Madhvacharya at Udupi. This is the end of our discussion. Subscribe our channel, like our video and comment. Listen to our podcast episodes. Follow our official Facebook page, Twitter handle and Instagram. For any query, feel free to mail us. For details, see the description.